Is your woman getting a little uppity lately? Maybe you should get her to pipe down. I mean, pipe her down. Yes. You guys need to understand that even high-value men deal with feminine nature. Even from high-value women, it's feminine chaos. It's the divine feminine, if you will. The real divine feminine, not the divine feminine that these feminists like to talk about today, where they are lauded and celebrated for doing absolutely nothing but being born with a pair of jugs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about utter chaos. Women are utter chaos, and you will have to deal with it from time to time. The ancient people knew this. It's the idea of Vishnu, the destroyer, right? Men are order, women are chaos. This has been known. It's the yin and yang, okay? We've known this forever. Female craziness has been around forever. But it was the ancients also who gave us a blueprint, if you will, to deal with the maelstrom that is femininity. And today we're going to be reading out of a journal posted at the Arizona State University, ASU.edu, and it's called Medical Vibrators for the Treatment of Female Hysteria. Before we go there, my name is TJ. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. Press the notification button. I would really appreciate it if you told somebody else about this video. Send it to them, especially if you think that they would like it. I'm going to try to make this entertaining, although there are some serious points. And yeah, this article agrees with me. If she's getting a little uppity, pipe her down, if you know what I mean. What do I mean by getting a little uppity? From a high-value woman, you won't see too many crazy behaviors, to be honest. She's just going to be making too much noise in the background. Okay, complaining. I have cramps. I want to go out to eat. Let's go there, but I really don't want to go out because I have cramps. And maybe you can go get that. But I really, you know what? I really don't want. Maybe we can go here. No, we ate that a week ago and just like, shut up, woman. Like, we're having egg rolls, okay? We're having egg rolls and pipe. Egg rolls and dick. We can split it. I'll take the egg rolls and you get the dick. And it works. It works fantastic. You pipe her down good every single day, and she will be so sheepish in the background. Like, if she wants to talk to you, she'll like tap you on the shoulder. It's really cute, man. Like, when a girl really loves you and you can pipe her down good, oh man, she will do anything for you. It's fantastic. I love it. Especially in the confines of a committed relationship, guys. I do need to stress that too. Okay, let's get into this article. And remember, it's called Medical Vibrators for the Treatment of Female Hysteria. And it says, until the early 1900s, physicians used female hysteria as a diagnosis for women who reported a wide range of complaints and symptoms. We're going to go into those. Unexplainable by any other diagnosis at the time. According to historian Rachel Maines, physicians provided pelvic massages for thousands of years to female patients. So this is going to include like sometimes penetration with G-spot stimulation like that. Like, I just think that's cute. It's I love you in American Sign Language, and you just do that, and they do. It's fantastic. But a lot of times they're talking about just like plain clitoral stimulation. So, all right, I have an aside that's a little bit more serious here, and it is kind of funny, but this article says that this stopped in the 1900s, but I'm telling you guys, it absolutely did not. We have it in America today, except for feminists rebranded it. It's called Yoni massage now, Y-O-N-I, and it's lauded by people like Gwyneth Paltrow and all of her Orange County friends and all of the people that are the cream of society. They all do this, and she's got this witch doctor guy that came from Africa, and he's like 6'9", and he comes over and he just, and she pays thousands and thousands of dollars for the service, like tens of thousands of dollars for this service, and she gets it done like at least every week or something. And Can you imagine if this was the other way around? Like, really? How this is not prostitution, I've really got no effing clue. And just imagine if we had some concept where, like, oh man, you have to get the poison out, or else it's just gonna back you up and you're gonna go crazy as a dude, and you just got to get it out. And a girl's mouth is the best tool for the job, and it's an Eastern medical practice. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna have a bunch of Asian girls work in the shop, and they can get the poison out and spit it out, and I can collect the money for thousands of dollars a pop. You know how long you would go to prison for? As a man? As a woman, she completely is open about this. She's actually giving this guy exposure on like her Twitter and whatever. I don't know what platforms people use because I don't do any of that stupid shit, but yes, she does. That was my aside. Thank you for listening to my aside. Yes. All right. Or just giving handies. It could just be giving handies. Let's read a little bit more here. After the Western Industrial Revolution, physicians began using electrical machines in medicine, including the medical vibrator, which researchers theorize was used to more efficiently bring women to hysterical paroxysm, which is the medical term for female orgasm. So during this time, the article goes on to state that there were physicians' offices where women would line up outside to get in these coal-powered machines before electricity that would have some type of a steam turbine generator, and it would like have this thing that tapped on her pussy, and that would get her off. And they charged a lot of money for this. And get this, though. This is how it relates to the article, is that the men would send their wives there because they were getting a little uppity. They were getting a little... So that was the fix, to go send them to these types of places. And these doctors, I'm sure, made a lot of money because women are complainy a lot of the times at best, whiny. It does. Piping them down does fix it. I will grant them that. The article is totally correct. I don't know how many of you guys have whatever experience level, but I'm 36. I got into the game very, very early, age 12, and I've had multiple girlfriends, especially the ones that it was their first time, especially those, or the ones that had never had an orgasm where you penetrate them before. Those ones, you give them that. If you give them an orgasm the first time like that, oh my God, they become a little puppy dog, and they think you are the bee's knees, and they will not leave you alone. It's fantastic, but you have to keep giving it to them. And I mean every day, multiple times a day, they will not stop. Also too, if your woman isn't wanting it like that, and she at least used to at some point, problem. Work on that, guys. Work on that. Sex is important in relationships. Attraction is important. Getting your woman off is important because, like this article states, she'll become a little whiny. Let's go on. Greek philosopher Hippocrates. Okay, Hippocrates. This guy's awesome. He's famous. This is the guy that's famous for the Hippocratic Oath. So when you go get your medical degree and you're going to practice medicine, you do that oath, I shall do no harm. That's this guy right here, Hippocrates. Was one of the first to mention hysteria. We're going to go over what that is in a second. In gynecological medical accounts, and around the same time, Greek philosopher Plato wrote that hysteria, let's talk about hysteria, and we'll talk about what Plato wrote about it after we talk about hysteria. So hysteria. Hysteria refers to the word histrionic. They're related, and they refer to the woman's reproductive system, specifically her uterus. And we have something now called histrionic personality disorder. And this one is interesting because In order to be diagnosed with this, you have to be overtly attention-seeking, provocative, shallow, have impressionistic speech, like, oh my God, be easily influenced. Haven't you heard that word around lately? Just saying. Be overly dramatic. And get this one. Think relationships are closer than they really are. It's amazing how fast women will open up to relationships nowadays. Really. And by open up, I mean open up her legs. But it's true. It's true. I mean, like, this actually explains a lot, and it defines, like, almost all the girls in the actually, like, acceptable dating range, which I looked up earlier is only 6% of all women in the United States fall within the ages of, like, 19 and 29. 6%, that's it. That changes over time, but right now it's like 6%. I think it's like 6.2% if you include 18-year-olds in there. So 18 to 30, 18 to the wall. It's only 6% of all women. Dude, no wonder. We need more girls around, bro. Although the price of vag is actually pretty cheap. So, yeah, man. So, histrionic personality disorders related to its sister disorders, borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder. A lot of women are getting the narcissistic label lately. And the only reason more women aren't diagnosed with this is that they don't go into the doctor and admit it's a problem in their life. But if they do, all they have to do is have those things that we outline, be provocative, shallow, be easily influenced, overly dramatic, attention-seeking. If you have all those, I think you only need like 4 of those, to be honest, and it's creating a problem in your life, you'll be diagnosed with histrionic personality disorder. Didn't used to be this way 15 years ago. Interesting. Okay, what did Plato say about all this stuff? He said, and I'm quoting the article, it was caused by women not having children, stating that a childless womb would become distressed, causing health problems. Gotta remember, in Plato's day, girls got married 15, 16, 17, and they were having kids 18, 19, 20. Like, if you didn't have kids by like 22, 24, 25, barren, considered anyway. And it was basically like you were gonna end up with all of these crazy promiscuous behaviors, overly attention-seeking behaviors, if you didn't have kids by the time you were 18, 19, 20. Something to put your life into, something to distract you. Okay, let's go on, man. The article here. Physicians diagnosed hysteria based on, it says based on, should be based upon, a long list of common symptoms, including headache, irritability, and insomnia, which are, interestingly enough, the things that women will say are bothering them when they don't want to have sex with you, or at least so I've heard. I've never had that problem, but or they diagnosed hysteria when they had the symptoms of coarse language. That's a rather masculine behavior right there, I think. And it's interesting that if you put a woman in your place and you pipe her down, she all of a sudden cured, at least for a little while. What else? She's exhibiting difficulty breathing. I don't know why I put that in there. Desire for clitoral stimulation. Who knew if you had a desire for clitoral stimulation and you got clitoral stimulation, you would no longer desire clitoral stimulation? I thought that was funny, so I put that in there. Or left that in there. Hyper promiscuity. So if you were not just promiscuous, but if you were hyper promiscuous, if you went to the doctor and they got you off back in the day, you'd no longer be promiscuous. Interesting, that one. If you exhibited mood swings, anxiety, aging, depression, schizophrenia, psychological disorders. So yeah, if you were anxious, had mood swings, you were getting kind of old, you didn't have kids, and you were getting promiscuous, all you had to do was go to the doctor and they'd give you a good piping, and that would kind of fix you for a little bit. Might explain women's behaviors nowadays, except for the fact that a guy doesn't want to stay with them long term to give them the good piping down because they kind of screwed up early in life and didn't snag that guy when they were at their highest sexual market value, unfortunately. Oops. Let's go on. During the Victorian period of the 1800s, as literacy rates among women increased, doctors attributed higher rates of hysteria to the alleged dangerous behaviors of intellectual women, including attending high school and working outside the home. So they're saying here that the doctors saw behaviors like being promiscuous, being overly attention-seeking, having to be the party in front of everyone, posting Instagram pics nowadays of your booty, having to have an OnlyFans account and have subscribers, not even because you care about the money, just because you want the attention. They saw those behaviors back then and attributed it to women being more educated, attending school, working outside the home. This is the article saying this. I'm quoting here. That's a literal quote right there. Okay. If the female patient became flushed and relieved during the pelvic massage, treatment for hysteria, physicians explained that she was experiencing a hysterical paroxysm, remember that's orgasm, that signified the treatment was successful. And the physician believed at that time that the patient would be relieved of her negative symptoms attributed to hysteria. So apparently, at least the doctors thought this worked, and so did the husbands, otherwise they wouldn't come bring the women back all the time to have them have this procedure done all the time. So it's interesting, and you got to remember at this time, these guys separated penetration, sexual penetration, from clitoral stimulation, and they thought at the time that women would only get off during any kind of PIV, basically, and they didn't really regard the clitoris as anything. So, and I do know that a lot of women state that they can't get off with PIV sex, and they can only do it with clitoral stimulation, but I've never even experienced that. Like they say it's something like 60% of the population, but like my sample size, like statistically, I have not experienced that. I don't know. It seems like an anomaly. But yeah. Oy, oy, oy. So guys, yeah, the end all be all here is that if your woman is exhibiting any kind of behavior, or if she's a lower quality woman and she's going out and cheating and talking up other dudes and posting her ass on Instagram, maybe you need to pipe her down a bit. Maybe you need to get her off a couple times and do it well. And if she's exhibiting this type of behavior, unfortunately, that probably means the first couple times you were together, you didn't do a good enough job. Or she would have just never done that stuff. Women that are satisfied, especially in the bedroom, don't go looking for other dudes. So yeah, pipe her down. She'll pipe down. Use your hands. Use your hands too. Learn how to do that one right there. And get some towels for the bed. Get a waterproof mattress cover. That's really important right there. I'm not into all that. I used to be, but it's just a mess. And like, I believed the hype in the beginning that like it wasn't piss, but I mean like leave the towels out for like a day. Like it's piss. Smell it. It's disgusting. But whatever. Some girls, that's the thing, you don't know. Some girls, they're everywhere. And you don't know beforehand. So there you go. So use your hands, use your pipe. Be very, very careful about using your mouth, guys. It is the best tool for the job. Absolutely, the best tool for the job for most women. But do not be doing this to randos. Like if you just met this girl, no. She needs to be your girlfriend, basically. And I do push for long-term committed relationships, guys. I do think that orgasms, especially PIV orgasms, are the best when You both love each other. It's fantastic to be wrapped up in each other like that. It's awesome. It's awesome, guys. Like, really. But yeah, don't be doing this to randoms. Get a clean health check, a very recent one. And when I mean recent, I mean like within the last month. Especially if she's new, dude. These girls get laid all the time. Like that girl on whatever podcast, like 2 weeks ago, she was saying that she had 3-4 guys lined up in one night that would just blow her back out. Oh my God, that's disgusting. And you're gonna put your mouth on that. Gross, dude. And you know they're just letting go all up inside there. So you're gonna be like, oh, you're really wet, dude. It's gonna be disgusting, man. That's so gross. Don't put your mouth on that. Horrible. So yeah, guys, do learn how to mix it up. PIV is awesome, but if she needs to use a vibrator to get it off, absolutely do that. And mouth is the best tool, committed relationship, and have a good day, guys. I wish you the best of luck out there, and may you pipe her down.